Hi, it's Trevor here. Hope you're all very well. This video is dedicated to Linda. Linda has asked, may I request more training on email marketing, please? I've been building a warm list over the last few months and so far have just 350. I've been sending a few free gifts, etc., but not sure I'm doing right. Advice would be really appreciated as I fear the list will turn cold quite rapidly as I don't really know what I'm doing. Stay safe, everyone. So, there's a ton of stuff that you can be doing with email marketing, and there are so many different factors. But I thought the best way to give you some training for everybody on here is to just take you into my Weber account and show you what I do. You know, I mean, I'm not saying that I'm the best email marketer ever, but I run my business, you know, on email marketing, so it has to work to a certain extent. And it varies all the time on what I do and how I do it. So I'm going to take a look at some of the emails that I've been sending recently. We can look at the open rates, the click-through rates, and we can take a look at what the subject line was, what the content was, where I was sending them, you know, and my thoughts behind that for you to give you a bit of an idea on how, at least how I do things. So looking at the emails from the last one that I sent, which was 3 days ago, it was called Lockdown. And what I was doing there obviously was, well, I mean, not obviously, it depends when you're watching this, but at the moment we're on lockdown in the UK because of COVID-19, the coronavirus. And I thought that lockdown would be a good subject line to get people's attention. But of course, the thing is, what you need to remember is it's not just the subject line, it's the first couple of lines of the email, and it's how they look in your inbox. All right, so if we look at this, so if I click through, if I go on view stats, or I can click here, any of these, take me into that email, and then we can take a look at the email itself. So we can scroll down here, and it says review sent message. So if we click on that, so here we have, so we know the subject line was lockdown. And then the first couple of lines are, hi first name, hope you and yours are very, very well. I shot some free lockdown moolah stuff for you here. Stay very safe and take care. I'm always here for you, Trevor. So obviously the first line, hope you and yours are very well, that's not going to get much attention. I think I just wanted to honestly wish, you know, my subscribers all the best, you know, under the circumstances. Then I shot some free lockdown moolah stuff for you here. So there's a few things going on in that line, and if I recorded a video for you, I think there's a chance it would go into the promotions tab on Gmail. So that's why I use I shot some, because most people would know that means I recorded a video without me saying the words I recorded a video. The word free having all those E's is because if I used the word free on its own, then it would not go into the inbox. And then lockdown moolah is again drawing attention to the lockdown so that it grabs their attention. And moolah with more O's, you know, it's a way of saying money. And then without using the word money, because again that would go into the promotions tab. And then the stuff for you here, the reason that the word here is there is it's like a call to action. So it's here. If you click on that, you're going to find it. I kept the email very short and I close it off, you know, stay safe, okay, I'm always here for you. But there's just that one clickable link in the middle. And I've kind of formed it in, you know, this, it's kind of like it's like, I don't know, like a triangle maybe, but it goes down to the call to action and then back in again to make, so this is like really sticking out. Now, whether that works or not, I don't know. If we click on this link, this will take us through to my review page for the products that I was reviewing at the time.
Via Zillow.
And that is Buyazilla. I'll cover, you know, review pages and stuff like that in a different video, but the importance of this is that we have here, I've shot some free lockdown moolah stuff for you here. What I did here was, and by the way, these pop-ups are really really useful. They can bring in some money. I think this is called Pop-Up Builder, but I bought it a while back and it's a different version now, but I'm using the old version because the new version is different, and I've always had this. But simple to install, and it just means that you can stop people from leaving without giving them another chance, and it does work for me. But on this review page, you can see that the heading here says free training, how to really make money at home. And what I did was I did record free training in this video, and that is what I was referring to in this email. And the reason for me see what I've got the full review video down here, which was usually, this would be the top of the page, right? This was the top of the page here. But I added this bit in because I wanted people to get the free training, take the free training, and make this all genuine. So I really have shot some free lockdown moolah training stuff for you here. Because when you go through, the first thing that you see at the top of the page is free training, how to really make money at home. So it's tying those two things in as well for me that's important. And the reason for all of that is obviously, you know, email marketing is one thing, right? Getting the email open, getting the click-throughs and everything else is, you know, that's very, very important. But it's also important to build the trust of your followers, your subscribers, because they need to know they can trust you. And if they trust you, then they're more likely to buy through your recommendations. And so by keeping this congruent, by me saying I've shot some free training, and I have, and they go through and that's the first thing they see, then hopefully, you know, that helps to you know, build that trust in me and increase the chances of them buying through me. I do come at things from a point of view of that I really am looking to help. Obviously, I get remunerated or paid through affiliate commissions, and you know, that is the business that I'm in. But it's also very, very important to me to help the people that I recommend products to. So let's take a look at what this looks like when it lands in the inbox. So this is a Gmail inbox, and this is showing you what these emails look for. Some are slightly different, where I've emailed again using the same subject, but I've changed the beginning of the email. So over here you can see I'm still playing on the free stuff. So these emails first went out and said, I think, yeah, I just recorded some free training for you, first name, okay. Then I said, did you watch the free stuff I shot for you? And then I went into lockdown, right? So it's the same email pretty much, but I'm changing a few things, and you can see that because you can see the first you know, lines of that email. So here I just recorded some free training for you. All they get to see is hi first name. I just wanted to say thank you. Then the next one, did you watch it? I say, hope you and yours are very, very well. I shot some free Then lockdown. It's a different subject line, but the same first words, but you get to see more of it. So this is a thing as well. So this is like the real estate here in your email marketing. So bear in mind that when it's landing in a Gmail inbox, that they're going to see however much of all of this is there. So in this one, lockdown, obviously they can see a lot more. Thanks for sticking with me. I've just shot a quick 5-minute blah, blah, blah. And this is all to get, obviously it's to get opens and it's to get click-throughs. So if we click through and we open this one, it says be careful because it's come from me to me. And just turn off the highlighting up here. Right, so that's what the email looks like. Again, you can see that link is just right there in the middle. It's drawing you to it. It's like, well, that's it. That's all I can do. That's the only place I can go, and that's where I'm going to go. That's the idea of it anyway. That's the thinking behind it. So if we come back over here and we look at this. So this particular email had 905 opens. It's 7.4%, which is not bad. And not bad on Aweber, you know. 162 clicks, which is okay, 1.3%, and 10 unsubscribes. It's amazing, really, that these people that unsubscribe, like, this was free training that I was sending them, and I actually did do the free training over here on this page. I don't know if you saw it, but the training, I did go into a pitch at the end, and I did say I was going to. but the training itself went on for like 20 minutes. So 20 minutes of training for free, and 10 people unsubscribed from the list. Well, what can you say? You can't please all the people all the time. You'll notice that there are a lot of lists here. This is just all the different products I've launched over the years, and so I just bundle all the lists together, and I send it out from a main list, which is Pimper. Now, when the email goes out on Aweber, even though I'm sending it from the Pimper list, and Pimper is just a product that I sold, and so they're the original buyers, even though it's going from the Pimper list, it doesn't come from Pimper. It comes from Trevor Carr email, whichever I'm sending from. At the moment, I'm sending from tc@blib.com. I was sending from trevcar@gmail.com. It seems to change a lot. It's difficult to know what's the best to do, but sending from a Gmail account was always the best for me until recently. So I just need to do whatever it takes to make sure that these emails inbox. Now, also, as you've seen in previous training, I use GMass to test every email that goes out. So let's go back to the messages. Let's take a look at some other examples. Also, another thing that I do is I'll scroll through and I'll see what has had the best results recently. So lockdown at 7.4%. If I move down here, we can see 6.8, 7.2, 7.1, 7.5, 8, 7.7, 8. Now these will grow over time, because gradually people will go through and open up some more emails. So they will grow over time, but lockdown's done okay at 7.4. I'll come down here, and first name, thank you for being there, 8% open rate. That was pretty good, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one got a lot of unsubscribes. So let's take a look. And you might think, well, why would they unsubscribe when you're saying thank you for being there? Yeah, 6 unsubscribes, not too bad, but a complaint as well. And the reason was because I was thanking my list for being there, but at the same time I was also encouraging them to go to a review to sell them something, which for me, that's what I do. That's what I do for a living, and that's what I do to support my family. So I haven't got a problem with that. But some people think you shouldn't be selling. If you're saying thank you, then just say thank you. But it's not the way it works in business, is it? It's time to work from home. This again is because we're being told to work from home pretty much globally now. So this one has got an 8% open rate. Let's take a look at this one, and we can analyze this and see if there's anything I can tell you on this one. So we'll scroll down and review the sent message. Okay, it's time to work from home was a subject. That's what I do, and this can get you there sooner. How relieved am I right now that this is how I pull in the moolah? So there's a few things to say here. Everything that I put in an email, aside from trying to engage with the reader, it has to be inboxable. All right. Now here, work from home kind of person, I tested this, and putting in these hyphens, work from home, means I was able to use the phrase work from home, but more importantly, use the word work, because normally if I put work in, it go into promotions. So first of all, there's a clickable link in the first line, right? That's what I do, and this can get you there sooner. So I work from home, right? So that's clickable. If we click through there, it's going to take us through, and this goes to my Stumper review.
Hey, it's Trevor here.
Now, this one, again, says important Stumper review and bonus update. If we scroll down, you'll see there's my review. So the page would have started off like this, and then I added this on top. Okay, I do this quite often to get some more traction on my promotions. I know that's not strictly related to email marketing, but it's all part of what we do for a living. You can see there I've got another pop-up to make sure that they don't necessarily leave. Now I've put so as this is getting real, I need you to see this, and I'm again referring to the whole COVID-19 situation that we find ourselves in. There's never been ever been a better time right now to start become, I've got that wrong. a work from home kind of person. Believe me, in this crazy world we're in right now, I'm so relieved that I'm in this game. And I'm not saying that I would do this for a living, or this is what I do for work, or this is my business, because all of those phrases and words would get it into the promo box. And this is one of the easiest, fastest ways that you can join me too. Take a look at my latest vid and you'll see why. Now, I've said vid and not video. So, we talked earlier on about shooting rather than recording. This is, again, vid is just to take out the word video so that there's more chance of it inboxing. Okay. So if I was going to send an email today, then what I would do is exactly what we did just then. I'm coming through here and look at what have we got that's got really good open rates. Important update 8.3, not bad. 1.6 click-throughs actually is pretty good as well. Looks like that's one of the highest. Yeah, so important update. I'd take a look at that and see if there's anything else that got higher. No, so the recent winner is important update. All right, so if I'm going to send out an email, I'd think, well, yeah, can I use that important update? Can I use it for whatever it is I want to email about today? And I may be able to, I might not be able to. It depends on the email itself. So again, let's go and take a look at this. See what the email looked like. 12 unsubscribes on this, by the way, and that could be people thinking, well, that wasn't an important update, Trev, you had me over. This is the kind of game that you're playing a lot of the time. So, right, now this again, you can see a very short email, and it's just doing one thing. All right, important update, subject line, I want you to open this. Then the first line, I've just recorded an important update for you. Please take a few mins to see this. Mins I've shortened, not minutes, because that would go into promotions. And I've not said check this out, take a look now. I've tried to word it in a way that it says the same thing but differently, again, to get it into the inbox. So let's take a look at what this looks like in the inbox as well, and see what the first kind of bit of text is that you see on Gmail. So we can see here, it will show important update. Hi, I've just recorded an important update for you. Please take a few minutes to see this. And I think that's pretty good, actually. I would definitely use this again. This is very generic. And if you're a Breakthrough member, then by all means, feel free to use this, because you can use it for anything. If we click through on this, it's going to take me through to that review page again. And of course, we have the update, the bonus update. Sometimes what I'm doing is I'm offering more bonuses, So anyway, what I would do is I would come back to here where it says important update, and I'll go copy to drafts. It says it's been copied to drafts, so I open it up, and here I have it. So I click on here. Now, the reason I do that as well is because I'm sending this to a whole bunch of lists. If I copy this to drafts and reuse it on Aweber, I don't have to reselect all those lists. It would automatically do that. All right, so important update. Now, there's a few things we could do here. We could add an emoji, and we could test that out. And we could also add the person's first name, for example. So, like this. And if they've not put a first name in, so sometimes I leave that blank and they just put in their email address, then if you don't put anything after this, it's just going to say important update. So that would still work. All right. I'm not sure if I'd use it or not, but we'll see. But what I'm going to do now is going to show you how I do the GMAS testing, and I'm looking for inboxing on this. So we're going to go to GMAS. I think it's .co. 1 second. Okay, so it's gmas.co/inbox, and it brings you to this. And this is where we're going to be testing. You can see people here are testing. That one's gone into the primary inbox. That one's gone into promotions. And this is the inbox. If you send it through another time, like one more time, it just goes inbox and not updates. Not really sure about that. It's a bit strange. The ones that I use are AJ Citycom. Yeah, and I'll go click on send message. So look, here, this is the first one, AJ Citycom, 20-year-old Gmail account. So I click on send test. It's going to tell me your message is on its way. Come back over here, and there we go. Now, if I send that again, automatically that is going to go to the primary inbox, as you'll see now, which is why I'm not sure about this updates. But anyway, the important thing is that it's gone into the inbox. Then I would tend to go for the next one down, which is the AJ Gold 9999. Click on send, come back over here, and we're good. I don't need to send that again. I know that if I send it a second time, it'll go primary inbox. Then to triple check, I send it to the Brian one, which is a bit further down the page. There we go, and that's all good. So that's all good now, but what I do then do is I'll send it over to a Gmail account, not my main Gmail account, and my main Gmail account. So I send it to my own Gmail accounts as well, just to double check again. And that is quite useful, because sometimes, even though GMAS usually, it's a fairly good indication, it's not always absolutely bang on. So it's good to send it to your own ones as well. Plus, when you send it to your own Gmail accounts, you can get to see what it looks like when it lands in your inbox, and you can play about with those headlines, etc., and the subject lines, and see, does it grab your attention when it comes in? And that's what I like to do, especially if you're going to do things like adding on emojis and stuff like that. It's good to see them in your own email inbox, so that you can see exactly what it's going to look like for the people that are actually going to be receiving them. Now, another thing that I do is I like to drill down. Okay, so when I've got an email that's gone out, so this one went out on March the 24th at 11:04 p.m. GMT. So it went out quite late over here, and that would have been, I don't know, maybe in the afternoon in America, for example. Then the following morning, I sent to the unopens of this list. So the people that had not opened. So I would click here, and I'd make a segment, and then I would just mail that segment. I'm going to show you in a second how to do that. But if we switch this over to numbers, okay, this is so the first one was, what if I had the answer to all your prayers? And that got 826 opens and 124 clicks. The next one I sent to all the people that did not open this email, and I got a further 689 opens and 160 clicks. That is pretty astonishing, and that shows you the power of mailing your unopens. Because if you added this together, 800, nearly 700, so you got like nearly 1,500 opens. And clearly, if we look at this, I never get anywhere near 1,500 opens. But these are 1,500 opens because they're sent to the people. This segment here is sent to the people that did not open this email. All right. So I'll show you how I'd do that. If it was this particular one, then I would click on here where the opens is. I suppose, let me see, when did I send that? 27. No, I'm not going to send one out on that. I'll do this one. I'll do the actual one so that you can see. So, unopened by you, first name. That's clearly very powerful. In fact, let's see what that looked like. Unopened by you. Let's see what that looked like in Gmail. Okay, so here we can see what it was like. Unopened by you, Trev. Here's when someone hasn't got their first name in. So there's Truv and Trev and Trevor. Gonna guess you could use a little extra moolah. So it says unopened by you, the answer to all your prayers. That's how it looks in there. The first one was, what if I had the answer to all your prayers? But I wanted to shorten it down a bit, but be the same, but then say it was unopened. So it looks like having the first name in there and the fact that it was unopened has definitely worked there. And I would definitely be using that again as well, because I think that's pretty powerful. So to segment this list, this would have looked like this. This one would have been at the top. Let's imagine that this is today. And I would have come through to here, clicked on opened. And that's going to open up this page, show me who opened the email. And then I click on unopened. And that's going to give me a list of people that did not open the email. And they're going to be below here. All right, did not open. There you go, did not open. And what I then do is click on this green button here and create a segment of these subscribers. Now, it's easy the way I do this. At the moment, for example, as I'm recording this, it's 14:44 in the afternoon on the 30th of March 2020. So this is how I name the segment. I go 14:44 for the time, and then I go 30:03, 30th of March. That's the way we do it in the UK. If you're in, the USA, you might do 03:30. But 30:03 and 20. Okay, that number can only happen once, and that's gonna be easy for me to recognize straight away, because all I do is when I go in and look for the segment, and I'll show you that in a second, is I look for a time closely. Now the time's going to be, by the time I've done it, like for example now it's 14:45, so I could just change that, but it's not too important. So this is a segment based on non-opens. It's called 14:45 on the 30th of March 20. I save the segment. And then when it comes to me sending, so if we go over to messages and broadcasts, this is what I would do. So this is the one here again. I'd copy to drafts, and I'd edit it to create this one. Okay. So if I copy this to drafts, now that's going to show you, what the finished version looked like. So I'd be in here, and I would have edited the email, and I would have put in the unopened by you first name, the answer to all your prayers, and here is the email. I then go save and exit, and then send options, schedule a broadcast. And here you can see the segment, all right, send to segment. That segment was 9:24 in the morning on the 25th of March 20. But I'll go edit here. And if I look here, I'll find the segment for 14:45, which is there, 14:45, 30th of March 20. Okay. And then I click on apply, and that is going to apply that segment. So who should receive this message? Everything before, all the lists, it's 60 lists, exclude one list, but segment to 14:45, 30:03, 20. Okay. Now that is only going to send to the people that didn't open. So if we come back again to the broadcast and we load this up, we will see here that this one was sent to 12,198. And this one was sent to 11,528 because it's only sent to the people that did not open. So it excluded the openers. All right. So it just shows you how powerful this is. That can be done a few times, depending on, what you want to do and how aggressive you want to be with your list. But what you can do again is you could click here and you could go and select the people that did not open this one and only email to them, and see how you go. And you can drill down several times. Very, very powerful. And it really does make a big difference. It seems to engage more of the list. The other tip I would give you is different times of day. So 11:04 p.m. GMT. So my time late. And then in the morning, 9:30 in the morning GMT. Right. So I'm already going to get a completely different audience, let alone the fact that I'm only sending the ones that didn't open. So I could have mailed my entire list again that time in the morning, but that would be too early for me to mail my entire list, and it would seem a bit of a waste. But I'm really pleased with the results I got on that one. So that's it for this training. I hope that has helped you to understand the way I do things, and hopefully will give you an idea on what you can do to improve your open rates and your click-through rates, and therefore your income. If you've got any questions, please let me know. In the meantime, I wish you all the very best. Take care. Trevor.